Oh, how's it going, guys? Dakota here, DBCB Exotics, and today we are gonna tell the story of the Tegu because I am so... Oh my god, I'm so tired of the stupid comments I've been getting. It is ridiculous. Here we go. Now, obviously, old Dakota here has gotten his fair share of negative comments. Maybe quite a few videos about him over the 2 years I've been on this platform. Well, almost 2 years. I think we're coming up on a couple of weeks, actually. And I understand as a content creator, when you are facing the public, you know, dumb people love that comment section, so you gotta have thick skin, you know? People are gonna talk their crap, they're gonna love it, they're gonna roll you down, drag you through the dirt, and you just gotta roll with the punches, man. I've been doing it, I've been doing the best of my abilities, and sometimes I have a little bit of fun with it, but with Hobbs, with the Tegu thing, it's where I draw the line. It's actually where I go from, oh, whatever, I just laugh it off to like, this actually makes me physically upset, and I'm gonna talk to you why you guys are completely and utterly wrong today. It is so outlandish and just ridiculous that people can take this, whatever, this 3 to 5 minute context I have, which is, by the way, sensationalized because this is YouTube. Every reptile, every YouTuber on this platform sensationalized their content to get those more views, those more click rates, in order to keep doing this as a full-time gig. So when people take this little context, this 60 seconds, 1 minute, couple of minutes, 5 minutes, to the actual years that I've had this Tegu and think that they can make their own hypothesis, their own connection of why this is that, and then just proceed to see that as fact and then roll me through the dirt as I am this awful keeper who's neglecting my animal is just... It makes me really angry. I think that's the bottom line. To get into this, let's talk a little bit about Hobbs and why this actually makes me so upset. So, what I actually didn't know about Tegus, of course, being a new reptile guy in the game, I didn't know what a Tegu was, I didn't know what anything was. That all changed when a happy little place called Nerd and Zoo Creatures. The reason why I'm such a Kevin fanboy is because Kevin, and actually his facility, is the reason why I got into reptiles. Of course, Nerd and Zoo Creatures being my first reptile ever, Rex, my bearded dragon, was actually below me that you guys can't see on camera. I actually took the Zoo Nerd Tour, whatever they call it back then. They had a Groupon, so it was like a percentage off. You guys remember when you used Groupon? I don't know if anyone uses Groupon anymore. Anyway, we took the tour, and that's when I found the Tegu lizard, an incredible 4-foot black and white animal, scaly puppy dog that just looked incredible, man. I'll probably put a picture up. My ex is in that picture, so I might either crop it or blur her face out. I don't want to give her any props on this show. She won't get any fame. She will... No, I won't go into that. After realizing what Tegus were, it was my dream pet, my dream animal, and it took me 4 years to make that dream a reality. All the research put into it, the time and experience I needed, I did everything I could to make sure I was fully prepared for my Tegu lizard. And this goes to a fact of why I get so upset when people talk trash about my Tegu keeping. The fact is, this isn't just any reptile that I impulse bought and now I have no idea what I'm doing. I took 4 years from when I first started getting into reptiles to the 4-year mark when I could actually get the Tegu when I moved into my own house. And now we have people saying that, like, after doing all that and holding the Tegu lizard in such a high regard, on such a high pedestal, being the dream animal, and then people are just like, after like a year in with having no context with what actually happened with Hobbs, people just come to the conclusion that I'm neglecting him, not feeding him, just don't take care of him, you know, all the negative things you can possibly say. These are the people that jump to this conclusion without even knowing the full story about Hobbs. And there really isn't no full story out there, so I guess this is partly on my fault because I didn't make a YouTube channel until I had Hobbs for at least a year or so. To go more into that, I guess it is kind of my fault at the same time for thinking. So like, I've talked about this story plenty of times. However, I talked about this story when I had about 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers. People started mentioning it. I told them what happened or what was going on, and you know, the reason why Hobbs is smaller than most Tegus. And people were like, oh yeah, dude, it's cool, it's cool. I guess it's my bad for not thinking that everyone is gonna go through all of my 300 plus videos. It's a bit of a fallacy to think that people are gonna do that, but I also think it's a fallacy to take a 3-minute context video and then be like, and in this case, a 40-second context video, and be like, Hobbs, you're neglecting it. you're an awful person. All right, here we go. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna have it in a separate video so I can just link this whole thing to everybody so I can stop explaining in paragraph. I'm not gonna do it anymore. So here we go, the video, or the reason why Hobbs is the way he is. But first, an ad. Oh yeah, you guys thought you were gonna roll me through the dirt for like 40 or 50 comments and not expect me to make an ad roll after this? No, this is pissing me off. I had to go through so many comments. I am annoyed. You gotta watch an ad. So Hobbs is a black and white Argentine Tegu from DYN Animal. It's their high white, black and white line. I got Hobbs as a late baby. This was around the time of my birthday, so I must have gotten him around October. So he was one of the last clutches that hatched. He was a late baby, so I got him about 6 weeks old. Of course, a 4 to 6 week mark is usually when people start letting go of Tegus. I believe around the 4 week because he did still have the green on his head. So I probably got Hobbs around mid-October, something around there, and he was amazing. He came down within a week. I was working with him non-stop to get him as tame as I could be. He was awesome. If I can figure out how to crypt or copy videos over Facebook and put them in this video, I will. But Hobbs was awesome. He was an amazing lizard. Everything was cool. Then November hit. Obviously in the New England area, we do get the 4 seasons, and well, we kind of only get 3 seasons. Winter is pretty much the longest of the seasons. It takes up part of fall, it takes up part of spring, and you just get this nice vast month to year, a half year of coldness. Very cold over here. So obviously coldness and the barometric pressure are some of the things that balance a Tegu to go into brumation. Correct, yes. So now we have a 6 to 8 week old Tegu lizard that senses that barometric pressure change. He senses the climate is getting colder, things are getting drier, all these things, and that instincts him. It causes his instinct to go into brumation. My God, did he go into a long brumation, man. Hobbs' first brumation lasted 7 months, from November, somewhere in November, to I believe April. So that's November, December, January, February, March, April. Sorry, 6 months. It was a 6-month time span of Hobbs being in the ground, not eating, and staying the exact same size. Now here we have a 9-month-old lizard, 8 to 9 months, that is the size of a 8-week-old baby. Now, of course, that is going to have a prolific change on the growth rate of a Tegu that was hatched way before, or maybe lives in a warmer climate, somewhere in Florida, things like that, Texas, where the climate doesn't change too much, where you can actually try to get that animal to not brumate, or it's sometimes just on their own, they decide not to brumate themselves. With that being said, that animal has a 6-month jump start on growing as a baby, which of course when they are young they grow like weeds, to then get to that full size that people expect, that 3 feet plus in the first year, whereas my Tegu lost that 6 months, of course, being in brumation. I did not starve my animal, I did not neglect my animal, I did not take care of my animal. The animal went into brumation at a very young age, was a natural process and something that you should let every Tegu do, and unfortunately, with people's ideology that Tegus grow this fast and they always have to grow this fast, has then put my animal in the box that I am a neglectful owner. Oh, well, Dakota, it's still kind of neglect. How could you let a baby go in brumation for that long? It's just a baby. You should have woken him up. You, yeah, you are a bad keeper. Yeah, bad. Tegus going in brumation is a natural and completely fine process to do, and taking a baby Tegu out of brumation for especially their first brumation, especially with males, of course, Hobbs being a male is very detrimental for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're not gonna do it. If a Tegu wants to brumate, they're gonna brumate. It doesn't matter how many times you dig the Tegu out and put it on the basking spot. It is instinctively calculated. It is ingrained in its instinct that I need to go back to sleep. Food is scarce. That is just their natural wild instinct. Digging it out 17 times isn't gonna do anything because it still has that process in its brain thinking, I need to brumate. I don't know why I'm out. I'm just gonna go right back under. So really all you're doing is stressing the animal out and doing more work for yourself, digging the animal up, putting it on, it's gonna go back, digging the animal out. You guys get what I'm going with this, it doesn't work. Number two, and this is just a theory, I haven't seen any like confirmed things, it's all anecdotal. Taking a baby Tegu out of brumation as a male or trying to inhibit the animal from brumating is actually somewhere along the lines bad for their sexual organs. It'll make them infertile, they cannot produce babies, yada yada yada, which is cool if you just like want a pet and you just kind of want to like neglect neglect their natural instincts and natural behavior and just gonna be like, I want my Tegu now, dig, dig, dig. But hey, that's not me. Of course, you guys know on the channel, I love animals in their natural setting, their natural behavior. I'm not here to get the most puppy doggish tame animals. I like seeing the animals' behavior as they would mimic. Plus future breeding plans for Tegus. I have actually 2 female Tegus. They're not a pair, they're actually 2 adult females. And now we have a male. Should I pair them? Oh, maybe that's happening soon? What? But how could it be happening soon? Because Hobbs is gonna die because I neglect him so much. If that were to happen, it wouldn't happen until next year. They need to brumate first, and then they, as soon as they wake up is usually when you start doing that kind of stuff. However, actually, funny enough story, and this actually goes to what I'm saying. Here's your proof, by the way, for people being like, Dakota's just making stuff up. He's obviously not feeding his animal. While looking up and researching about breeding Tegus, I came across this little gem, which actually states specifically that if a Tegu brumates when it's young, it'll actually be half the size of what an adult Tegu would be that wouldn't brumate, or a Tegu from that first year would be if it wouldn't brumate. I believe I quoted it 3 feet in the first year, whereas a Tegu that did brumate within their first year is actually going to be about half that size. So there you have it. There's your proof. I'm not neglecting my animal. Out of like all the animals I have, I choose my dream lizard to neglect. Yeah. Good job, folks. Good. Round of applause. This video is long enough, but I am going to brush up on that second part real quick, and we're actually going to go into that in further videos. Why is Hobbs so mean? Why is he so aggressive? Okay, so this part is partially on me, and let me tell you why. So again, if I can get the B-roll, I will. I used to work with Hobbs a lot, and I got him really tame to the point where I could get him, I could put my hand down, and as a little baby, he would crawl in and chill on my shoulder, and we would just hang out all the time. He was an amazing lizard. He was incredible, and then Tegu puberty hit, and he started getting huffy, started getting puffy, started getting charging, and I just had to work around that. I tried the best that I could, but he would not calm down. Of course, after he went through that second brumation, I figured, oh, okay, so he must get better now. You know, he goes through that brumation cycle, and this was into this year. He should be fine. He should be all good. Nope, was not all good. Was the same charging, biting, malicious Tegu that you guys love so much that I get bit by. My only animal that when I get bit, I get a little scared. Like when Toge's bite me, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, ah. But like when Hobbs bites me, it hurts. Gloves on, like my nice big like carpenter gloves, it hurts really bad. It crushes my nail, it's broken my nail. I have like had blood vessels broken in between my nails. He's bitten my toe before that was bleeding. I had this nice little like bite mark inside my toenail down to like the bottom of my toe. Tegu bites suck. I will state this is a bit on me. I have gotten frustrated with Hobbs and his aggression, his defensiveness, and I have taken a sidestep away and just kind of viewed him more as feeding, checking him out, but just very hands off at this point because I've been so tired of getting bit. It hurts, it's not fun, and I'm just so frustrated by it. I mean, I had this Tegu that I worked with 3 times a day, daily, for months. I had this amazing Tegu, and then all of a sudden, like a flip of the switch, he's now like the worst Tegu ever, and the best way it is. It's so frustrating, and I have just taken a step back with that and trying to figure out, you know, what can I do? Enough is enough. I am tired of angry, grumpy Hobbs, so I'm taking the void, and this isn't just because it'll also make a great video, but hey, that is that's a nice B plan right there. That's a bonus on top of it. I really do want Hobbs back. I really miss old Hobbs. I miss him being this nice, friendly lizard. You know, we had all these plans that we would just be able to take him out and he'd like hang out on the couch and we can have him explore the living room for a minute. Things like that. And we can't do that. Like, he just... I don't know, he's super aggressive and bitey, and then you take him out of his enclosure and he freaks out, like amazingly freaks out, like open gapes, he does the tail wiggle, he whips you, he like sprints in and out. It's just, I don't know what happened. I'll be completely honest, I don't know what happened. I also don't want you to spam in the comment section what you think what happened, because it's been years of context that you were missing. gonna change starting either this week or next week. I'll start making videos about it. I've been working on the sidelines about it. We did put Hobbs in a smaller enclosure to start his taming process. It's a bit easier to control an animal and get it to what you want it to do in a smaller setup. So we have him in a we have in a 5x3 instead of the 6x4 he was in originally. This will be in his enclosure until he can prove to me that he is a nice Tegu. We're gonna get it done. I have some great plans. Main plan is going to be get thick gloves. I want better gloves for Tegu bites because I don't know how many bites I can get inflicted before I just give up. So we're gonna get some nice gloves going on. I have these boards, like wood boards, and they're like insulation boards, you know, the thick like drywall boards, things like that. So the plan is we are gonna create a perimeter around Hobbs's enclosure so it's a nice little pen area that I'm gonna sit in. We'll have the camera going. I'll unzip the enclosure, he'll charge, he'll bite me, things like that, whatever, and we're gonna get that aggression taken care of and figure out what really is the problem and start taming him down to the nice lizard he once was. Alright, and there you have it, folks. Why Hobbs is the way he is. Please stop saying I neglect him. If any of you say that, you're just gonna get a link to this video and you'll have to watch a 19-minute video or just be ignorant and not have what the answer is for you, but instead you're lazy and you just want to go with the conversation in your head and the context of like, I'm an awful owner. So hey, you can do that if you want, but you could be a smart big brain. You could be big brain, you could actually watch the video. Sorry, I don't have much spunk today. I'm really just annoyed. It's gonna wrap it up, folks. If you guys wanted to watch some more Tegu videos, of course I got this video right here. We got some other amazing videos over here. Of course we got the subscribe button you can hit down there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.